Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Abundance Daily. This is your abundance coach for the week, Alex Dumas. So, I wanted to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you're listening to this. And for those of you who have been with us and supporting the movement, thank you first and foremost. We appreciate you, and always glad to have you back with us on either a Monday morning or a Thursday morning. And we're going to do a little bit different this week. Obviously, there's no interview got scheduled or at least released for this week, but doesn't mean that we're not going to deliver some value and offer some of our insights and some of our tips. Sarah's actually taking the night off, well, the week off, whatever. So here I am, live and direct, ready to hold it down and give you a little quick abundance dominance daily, that kind of thing. And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, typically our format is Monday mornings. Me and my best half, we share our insights and share some strategies to help you. This is a platform to help you as the entrepreneur, help you as the business-minded individual to work on your personal development, work on your money mindset, help kind of coach you and guide you along those ways so that you can build your business the right way, engage your audience the right way, and just develop the right habits that are going to serve you and serve the people that you're going to be working with and working for. And Thursday mornings typically feature an interview with a guest, and that way we can connect our audience to our audience and just be able to share a great message, share some great stories. But obviously, as you're hearing this, it's just me today. So this week, I wanted to talk about something that was on my mind. The other day I had posted about this quote. It was from this rock and roll group. If you don't know who BRMC are, that's the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. And this song I heard back when I was in college, and it's just always stuck in my head. These lyrics, these melodies. It's from their song called "The U.S. Government," and part of the song, it's really high powered, fast speed. So I love listening to that, whether it's some cardio, working out, whatever it is, just driving and kind of getting into it. And toward the end of the song, they start to slow it down. It gets real melodic, and he has this, I don't know the name of the singer, but he has this part in the song where he talks about, you're going to make it, you're going to suffer. And it really stuck in my head because as I'm thinking about business, I'm thinking about life, as I'm thinking about, being a parent and being a husband and all these different roles that I have and that you may have out there in your life, there's a lot of things that you have to suffer through. You're gonna make it eventually. I don't know what that destination is. Maybe there is no real destination, but hopefully there's a point where you find some satisfaction, you find some fulfillment in your business, you find some fulfillment with the team members you have, with the recruits you have, with the partnerships and associations and the friendships and the relationships. And part of that's really knowing that to get to that point, everybody wants to go to heaven, but you don't want to go to hell. Well, you're going to have to go through that and grow through that, really. And I think that's one of the things that, since I've heard that when I was my early 20s, it's always kind of stuck around with me. You're gonna make it, you're gonna suffer. I'm not gonna sing it because I have a terrible voice, but if you hear the song, you'll get what I'm saying. But part of that is just realizing that you're gonna have to make a lot of sacrifices. There's gonna be times where you want to go out, you want to hang out. If you're a younger person, if you're quote unquote millennials, whatever, there's times that you're going to have to just say, forget that party. Forget hanging out with my boys, forget hanging out with my girlfriends and all this stuff. You got to put your nose to the ground and get to the business, get to the work, get to the action of it. And, me and Sarah aren't necessarily huge proponents of hustle hard and, grind till you die, but there's got to be seasons in your life where you say, this is got to be put on the back burner. We're here trying to coach you and teach you about a balance in your life, but the balance is somewhat of an illusion because at any point there's something that's always going to throw a monkey wrench into your plan. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get into an accident. Someone's going to get sick. Someone's going to pass away. Someone's going to cheat you, rob you. Someone's gonna lie to you. Someone's gonna betray you. Someone's gonna maybe give you a great blessing. Is gonna kind of throw you out of whack, and if you're not aligned with that blessing, then it's gonna kind of throw you into some turmoil. So there's always gonna be something that's gonna be pushing you into a crisis, and then something that's going to be pulling you away from that crisis. But know that it's an endless cycle, and know that those sacrifices you have to make are going to kind of help guide you along with those different cycles. So when I talk about with the sacrifices, well, like I was saying before, there may be distraction in your life where people want you to go this direction, and in your heart you're supposed to go to the other way. And what do? Do you fall under the peer pressure? I know I've fallen into the peer pressure in the past, and I know I've stayed out of alignment. I've betrayed myself, and that's what really lowers your confidence when you're not acting in alignment. When you're doing things that are disobedient to God, if you're disobedient to your values, to your structure, to what you're supposed to really be about. And that's where that shift comes in, where you play that blame game with yourself, where you start that negative self-talk, where we've all had it, where it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm such a moron. I shouldn't have been there. If only I didn't, right? If I had just listened to so-and-so, then this would never have happened. But I think if you're someone who's looking to operate at an elite level, if you're looking to be someone who's going to break through in your business, if you're looking to be somebody who's going to just be a dominant factor in your industry, then the sacrifices you're going to make are going to lead you to that place where you feel like, all right, I've got there. I've kind of achieved. I'm going to reap the rewards that others can't, because you're doing the things that those other people aren't willing to do. Are you willing to put an extra half hour of work on your presentation? Are you willing to make a few extra phone calls to potential leads and prospects and clients? Are you willing to go on that last appointment or have that last presentation? Are you willing to just talk to that person who you don't even know and maybe are trying to engage with them, whether it's about their business or your business? Are you willing to send that email out? Are you willing to study for that test a little earlier, or work on that project, or put in some extra time at the office just so that you can have less of a load for the next day? Are you willing to make those sacrifices? Are you willing to be somebody who, let's just say what it is, if you're willing to be somebody who's going to stay true to the word? And that's where you're going to find that the suffering is not as bad as you think. Because once you start to build those daily disciplines, if I don't feel like getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning and working out, I feel like crap for the day. And if you can relate, then you know what it is, right? If I don't put this item in the garbage, if I don't put my shoes away back in the closet, if I don't fold my clothes as soon as I get them out the dryer and hang them up, if I don't do these certain things, it's going to bother me. And that's where you should want to be. That's the point that me and Sarah hope to get you to, where those things, they start to bother you, they start to itch you, they start to just nag at your brain, because you know that you got to do it now. Later is always never. So don't trust yourself to say, oh, well, you know what, I can skip today, or I can have this little cheat meal, or I deserve it. You don't really deserve it yet. Right? That's we've all had this grand illusion. Most of us have this delusion of working harder than we really are, and part of that is just not being willing to suffer through those consequences. And I can attest to it. That's been a challenge in my life. But I want you to think about the moments where you did bust your tail, where you did grind, where you did put in what you believed was past 100% at the time, whether it might be a sports accomplishment, but winning a championship, or getting having a great game, whatever. if it was an academic accomplishment, if it was something in your professional life, in business, if it was just something in your faith where you fasted or you dedicated yourself to reading scriptures and being charitable and helping people out. It didn't necessarily always feel good through the process, but once you look back at what you did and what you accomplished, there's that sense of pride. There's that feeling of, okay, I did this. And if you did it once, you can do it again. And once you start to make that a habit, once you start to make that excellence and that dedication, that commitment and a habit, life becomes a lot easier. Structure gives you freedom, discipline gives you freedom, and that's what this is all about. Giving you, us helping coach you through an abundant life, a life with of choices of freedom, and just being able to dominate yourself and dominate your habits. Like I said, like I say at the sign off, you dominate your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits. And part of that is just being willing to make the sacrifices. So challenge for the week, action step for the week is thinking about, what are you willing to sacrifice? What right now is keeping you or preventing you the most? What's the number one thing that's stopping you from being at a higher level of yourself, a higher version of yourself? Is it you're eating too late at night, eating junk food? Or is it maybe one too many beers? Is it you're gossiping too much? You're talking a little bit too much on Facebook and not putting much work in? Is it you're not studying? You have the TV on, the radio on, your iPhone on, your Android on, and you're trying to study, but you're really just getting yourself caught up in all the other mix? What is it? What is that one thing that deep inside is making you not achieve at the level you're supposed to be and that you're meant to be? And if you can really be honest with yourself, be open and be willing to put in the work and kind of refine and tweak those things day by day and sacrifice some of those things that give you that immediate pleasure versus the delayed gratification, then I think you're gonna have an opportunity to be someone that other people look at like, man, how did they do that? Wow, they're amazing. Boy, he must be a freak. It's not about being a freak. It's not about being this extraordinary person. It's just about making extraordinary choices, but little by little, taking that massive, inspired, that immediate action, doing it right now. Remember, like I said, later is never. You got to do it now. So, what is that one thing? I want you to post the comments. Leave that one thing in the comments. That way, all of us can hold you accountable. You can hold me accountable. I'll put mine up there, and we grow it together. So this is just a quick little message for you for the week. Hope it serves you well as we go into this weekend. And next Monday, obviously, we're gonna have a new episode. Me and Sarah are gonna be back on live and direct, and just offering our value, offering our tips, and anything that we can do to help support you in your growth. Feel free to connect with us. Visit abundancedaily.com. Make sure you subscribe. You like the podcast. You leave a review on iTunes, on Podbean, on Spotify, so that we can rise up through the ranks and reach bigger audience, so we can serve more people. So all that said and done, remember, you were born to live your life with abundance. You're the master of your future. You control your freedom, and you have complete dominance of your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits. Take care. We'll see you next time. God bless.